morning. I'm Austin.
And I'm Niall.
And we got married on September 12th during COVID. So we kind of just wanted to talk about our wedding and how things went and just kind of update you on our lives because Niall moved down here in March when all this started. So we haven't actually had the chance to come to church as a couple and be together at church as a couple. So we just wanted to give you just a quick recap of where we're at and how planning a COVID wedding went. Okay, so Niall and I got to be in a wedding party together on June 8th of 2019. So just about a year and almost a half ago. And we were partners in the wedding, and so we met at this random wedding in Dundas, and it was actually a Dutch wedding. So both of our friends happened to be Dutch. So it was crazy that we got to meet at this wedding, and so Niall's half Mennonite, and I'm fully Mennonite. So it was just so exciting that we got to meet and be from such a similar background at a place that we didn't expect it. So we kind of got talking, and when we were talking at the wedding, we realized that actually our grandparents, so my grandma Ellie and John Penner, were good friends with Niall's grandparents, Rudy and Louise Thiessen in Vineland. So that was such a cool discovery too. And then we kind of just hit it off right away. And Niall was from Huntsville and I am from here. So I kind of just wrote it off and we thought, oh, we wouldn't really connect. And then it turns out that summer Niall came down almost every weekend and we just really hit it off. So in March we decided to stop with all the long distance dating and for Niall to move down here to Niagara. And it just so happened that time coincided with everything with COVID. So Niall was down here, and then we thought a couple of months went by and it all was going so well. So we ended up getting engaged in June of 2020. So basically just a year after we had met at the wedding. And so then after that, we thought, well, why not just have a COVID wedding? Okay, so planning a COVID wedding, some people would think, I remember, it was only a 3-month process. So in the past 3 or 4 months, people would say, oh, we give you so much credit for planning a COVID wedding, or oh, this must be so hard. But the beauty of our situation was that we got engaged when we were already in the heart of COVID. So all of our expectations were in line with kind of having a lower key wedding, having less people, and that was something that we actually wanted to bank in on. We didn't want a huge wedding. We didn't want a wedding with the normal expectations. So we decided the date of September 12th, and then we basically had 5 weeks to plan this backyard wedding that Niall had wanted from the beginning. Then it turned out that we got it. So it was so nice. And so my parents, when they called the tent rental and the catering and just basically everything. Well, Mark and his team did video and photography, but everyone was available because no one was planning things, or hardly anyone was planning things during COVID. So everything, boom, 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 fell into place so perfectly. Overall, we loved it.
It's fantastic,
right?
Yeah. My favorite part of the wedding probably was, seeing Austin for pictures first thing in the morning, but also hearing all the speeches, all the nice things that people had to say about us. Was definitely my favorite.
Yeah, that we love the speeches. We thought, it's nice when people are just showering you with positive words and making you feel loved. We also loved just that it was small, so then we didn't feel like we were completely up front and center. We were just kind of in my parents' backyard, and it felt like a relatively normal day. And then I think my favorite part of the wedding was, first of all, Niall and I got to meet in the Commons before our ceremony. So we had a whole hour to spend just walking together and taking pictures. So we loved that, and it was just so cool to be able to absorb our wedding day before we saw anyone. But as a whole, the whole wedding day went exactly as we had planned, and it felt more joyful and loving than I even could have imagined, even with kind of high expectations. So But then it was COVID, so we had kind of low expectations. So it was just a perfect balance. And yeah, we're just so grateful for how it all went and for the fact that we get to be married now and starting a life together. So we're so happy that we got to share just like a little snippet of our lives this morning. And we can't wait to see you when it works to see you as a married couple.
And to get to know you.
Yeah, and for Niall to get to know you and to settle into to life together and with our community.